Good evening, everyone. This is BremSter, and tonight I'm attempting to record my first puzzle in a while, really. This is Snake Egg Sudoku by Oddlyeven. People said that this was a lot of fun, and I would enjoy it to sort of get my feet wet again. It's a water snake? I don't really... I have a lot of updates, but none of them are puzzle related. So let's just get straight into the puzzle. So we have normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have dots as they're listed. They're actually ratio dots. So cells separated by a black dot are in a 2 to 1 ratio. So any two cells separated by a black dot. We have, these are German whisper lines, so any two cells that are connected by a green line must have a difference of at least 5, or the digits placed in them will have a difference of at least 5. And then there are the 4 circles. A digit in a circle counts how many of that digit appear in circles. So if there is, for example, a 3 in a circle, if this was a 3, then 3 of these circles must contain 3s. That's what we know. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So let's look at the circles at first. So the circles there are only 4 circles in the grid. So if we were to look at it, we can't put a 5 in a circle, because if we were to put a 5 in a circle, then we would need to put 5 5s in circles, and that doesn't work. And the same is true for 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now, if we were to put a 4 in the circle, we would need to put 4 4s in the circles, and all of them would be 4. That's fine. If we were to put a 3 in the circle, we could put 3 3s in circles, and then we would need 1 1 in circles. That's fine. If we were to put a 2 in a circle, then we would say that 2 of the circles were 2s, but what would the other 2 circles be? We'd have 2 circles left over, and we couldn't put another 2 in a circle because we've allocated our 2 2s. So that doesn't work. Because we've got 4 circles, they're kind of like a weird killer cage, and it's either 4 4s or it's 1 1 and 3 3s. So these are all 1, 3, and 4, which is cool. They're either 3 3s and 1 1, or they're 4 4s. Now, this is important, particularly when I get to the secret of whisper lines, because on a black dot, you must have a low number and an even number connected to it. And one side must be low and the other side must be even. But this is a run of 3. So I could go 1 doubling to 2 doubling to 4. I could go 2 doubling to 4 doubling to 8. I can't start at 3 because it would be 3 doubling to 6 doubling to 12. So that doesn't work. So we either go 1 2 4 or 2 4 8. So it's either going to go 1 to 2 to 4 or 2 to 4 to 8. It's the only way to do it. Now, I want to color this high-low, and I know this is a low digit. And the reason I want to color this high-low, and by high-low I mean above 5 and below 5, is this is a German whisper line. And I know these are all low as well. And the reason for that is, I wish these circles were semi-transparent, so you could actually, the cell was fully colored blue. You can do that when you're setting, but this wasn't done by Oddlyeven, is because of the nature of a German whisper line. And the nature of a German whisper line is you can never put a 5 onto a German whisper line, because in order to have a 5 difference, you either, the cells that are next to it, you either have to add 5 or more or subtract 5 or more. If you add 5 or more to 5, you hit 10 or higher. If you subtract 5 or more, you hit 0 or less. None of those are valid Sudoku digits. So every cell on a German whisper line, let's pick that one, has to either be below 5 or above 5. Now, if I start with a digit that is below 5, the digit that is next to it cannot also be below 5 because they're too close. There's no 5 difference because of, again, a digit below 5. If I subtract 5 from it, I'm going way negative. If I add 5, I have to leapfrog the 5. So the maximum difference between those is 3. It just doesn't work. So anything next to it would be higher than 5. And I can't use 5. And any digit that is higher than 5 can't go next to another digit that is higher than 5. The maximum difference between 2 digits above 5, still within Sudoku range, is 3, 6, and 9. So that doesn't work. So the digit that is next to it would have to be lower than 5, and you will always alternate high, low, high, low, high, low. So we know that along this line, we are always going to, every second cell along this line, and I can pick the entire line, and I can say every second cell along this line, and I'm going to use my non-normal colors here, is either going to be one type of high or low, and the other cells, the cells I haven't marked, which are the alternate ones, are going to be the other sort of high-low. So let's use purple for now. So what can I tell? If this was 1, 2, 4, that could be the 3? Maybe? If this was 2, 4, 8, allowing that to be high or low, well, this is low. These can't both be low. If this was a high digit, this would go 8, 4, 2. These would both be low, but then I would if this is 8, all of those would be low, and that doesn't work. So if this is an 8, these are both low because it goes 8, 4, 2, but green then becomes low, and all 5 of those cells are low. So this can't be a high digit, because then all of these cells become low, and it doesn't work. This cannot be a high digit. Purple becomes low, and green becomes high. So this is a low digit, so it's not 8. So this, well, it doesn't mean that this isn't, but that's all the low digits, so that can't be a low. That is 8, that is 4, that is 2, because this couldn't be a low digit because all the low digits had been allocated. So that is a high digit. This is the 5. I could have written the 5 in, because I can't put 5 on a black dot and I can't put 5 on a line. But they're all the low digits. So these are 1 and 3. Okay. Now, what more can I do with this? Can I do any more coloring? So where does 6 go in this box? Because I can't put 6 here, because 6 can only go next to 1. And there's a 2 here, and this can't be 6. This is the 6, so this is the 1. This is the 3. 3 can only go next to 8 and 9. 7 is too close. So these are 8 and 9. The 8 here makes this the 9, and this... Wait, I'm broken. How do you fill this? No, that's a 9. These can be the same digit. I'm out of practice. These are both 9 because these digits can repeat. So these had to be from 8 and 9, but that 8 sees both of them. That's also a 9, and that's a 7. Haha. See? Not completely broken. This is 6, 7, or 8, because it can't be 9. This is a low digit. It's 2, 3, or 4. It can't be 4, or both of those would have to be 9. This is an 8, 9 pair. Where's 5 in this row? This has to be a low digit. I forgot to color it. And it's... So this is the 5. It's the only place I could put the 5. So these, well, this is 6 or 7. So this is 1 or 2, because if it's 7, it can only be 1 or 2. If it's 6, it can only be 1. This is 1 or 3, because it's a low digit, but it can't be 2 or 4. 4 is up here, because I can't put, where's 4 in this row? It has to be one of those 2 cells. These are 1, 3, and 4. Now, if that's a 4, that would have to be a 9. So that's not a 4. 4 is in one of those 2. If that's a 4, both of those are 9, and I can't put a 9 there. That is not a 4. This is a 4, and now I need to put 4 4s in circles. So those all become 4, and that is not a 4. Right. So this is 1 or 2 only, because it sees 3 and 4. 5 is in one of those 2. I know 5 is in one of those 2 by Sudoku, because I can't put 5 here. These are 1, 2, and 3. I need to put a 5 and a high digit in there. There's no 3 here. I need to put a 4 in this column. I can't put it in any of those, and those are all allocated. That's the 4, which puts 4 down here, but I can't put it there. So 4 is in one of those 2. If that's a 4, both of those are 9. Possible? Well, not impossible. That 4 is a low digit. There's a 5 in one of those 2, which means there's a 5 in one of those 2. This is 6, 8, or 9, and it can't be a 6, because if this was a 6, both of those would be a 3. The fact that one of those had to be a 3 did mean that had to be an 8 or 9. Now, where is the 6 in this column? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are both high digits, because I've got all 4 low digits in the column and the 5. So these are 6, 8, and 9. That there is 7, 8, or 9. And it's not a 9, it's 7 or 8. Not sure what that's doing. This is 7 or 9 only. 6 has to be in one of those two. 7 is in one of those two. This can't be a 6. This is 7 or 8. Because it can't be 9, and if it was a 6, that would have to be a 1, and it can't be. These are 1, 2, or 3. This is a whisper nightmare. 2 or 3 here. I've struggled at whispers recently, so we'll see how I go. This is 5, 7, 9. Five is in one of those. I can't put 5 on a line. 5 is in one of those. That's not the 5. That's the 5, and this is the high 7, 9. But there must be a high digit in here. There's a 5 in here, which means there's no 5 here. This is the 5. But there must be a high digit in here, because I've only got 3 high digits allocated. So once I do that, all 4 high digits are allocated, and the 5 is allocated. Those are both low, which means this is a high digit, which means this is a low digit. And it's not 1. That's cool. So these are 6, 7, 8, 9, but I can't put 6 there because both of those would need to be 1. I can't put 6 there because both of those would need to be 1. So one of those is 6. 6 would make both of those 1? Maybe? Not jumping out at me as to why that's not possible. This is a high digit, and it's 6, 7, or 8. 6 is in one of those two. Interesting, 9 is in one of those two. 3 is in one of those two, so that has to be 8 or 9. This is 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3. 4 is in one of those two. Out of practice with whispers. I've got all of the high digits in all of the low digits in this column. So this is high or 5, but I can't. 5. This isn't 5. 5 is not in any of those. 5 is right. Where's 5 in this row? It's right there. That's the 5, which means that's not the 5 and that's the 5. That's cool. Have I got all the 5s yet? No. 5 is in one of those 3. But these, well, is it this row? Dunno. Do not know. Yeah, do not know. Oh, that 9 makes that an 8, which makes that a 9. This is 6, 7, or 8. There's no 9 here. So this can't be a 4 because there's no 9 there because of that. That's not the 4, that's the 4, and that's all the low digits. So these are all the high digits. So they're all the high digits. So these are 6, 7, 8, 9. That digit goes there. That digit goes there. which means it's one of those. Well, that can't be a 6, so that can't be a 6, because 6 is in one of those two. So 6 is in one of those, and it's not in the middle. 6 is in one of those two. But 6 is in one of those? Yeah, it's not a... So this is 7, 8, 9. Not yet. This is 1, 2, or 3, giving me a 1, 2, 3 triple. That's the 4. Yeah, I got that with that. So 4 is in one of those two by Sudoku, but I can't put it there, or both of those would have to be 9. So this is the 4, and both of these become 9. So this is the 8. There's no 8 or 9 there. That's the 6. That's the 7. 7 can't go next to 3. That's the 1. That's the 3. 3 can't go next to 7. That's the 8. And I can take 8 out of both of those. The 3 makes that the 2, which makes that the 1, which makes that the 2. This is a 3-5 pair. Not seeing what to do with that yet. There's no 1 in either of those. That can't be a 6. This is a 7, 8, or 9. It can't be a 6, or both of those would need to be a 1. That's a 7, 8, 9 triple. That's the 6. So that's the 9. That's the 7. This is a 3-5 pair. Wait, what? Am I going to end up with a deadly pattern somewhere? I don't know. This is 1, 2, 3. So this is a 1, 2, 3, which makes sense. This is a high digit, because I've now got all 4 low digits in this column and the 5. This is a high digit. So I've got all 4 high digits. This is a low digit. So it's 1, 2, or 3. Now I've got all 4 low digits. These are the 2 high digits. So these are a 6, 7 pair, meaning that's an 8. Looking down, taking 8 out of those. There's no 9 here either. This is a 6, 7 pair. If that's 6, 7, that can't be 3. 3 is too close to either of them. So this is a 1 or a 2. And it's not a 2. That's a 1. I found a 1. That's the 3, so that's the 2, and that's the 1, meaning that is not the 1. Zathras returns. 1 is in one of those two. I don't know that that's doing it. This is a 6 or a 7. So this is a 1, 2, or 3, and it's not a 3. This is a 1, 2 pair in box 1. That's the 3, taking 3 out of there. So the 7 here, of course, is making this the 8. The 7 and the 8 is looking across, making that the 9, taking 9 out of those. This is a 6, 7, 8. This is the 9 by exactly the same logic I was talking about before. The 9 looks down, making that the 8, taking 8 out of those. If this is a 7, this is a 1, 2. If that's a 2, that's the, if that's the 7, that's the 2. Pardon me. The 9 comes out of there. This has been good fun, by the way. This is a triple. 2, 6, and 7. But there's a 6, 7 looking across. That's the 2, that's the 3. That'll do it. Making that the 1, which makes that the 2 and that the 3. 3 can't go next to 7. Both of those become 8. There's no 8 there. This is a 6, 7 pair. But there's no 8 there. The 3 makes that the 5 and that the 3. 3 being a low digit. That makes that the... I'm in the wrong mode. That's the 5. These are not the 5. But that looks down, making that the 5. I'm also pushing the wrong buttons. This is not the 2. This is a 6 or a 7. High digit. These are all 4 high digits. This is a low digit, which is a 2 or a 3. The 2 is looking down, making that the 3. This is a 1, 2 pair, making that the 3, which means that cannot be a 7. Too close. So that's the 7. That's the 2. The 7 is looking up, making that the 6 and that the 7. These are 2, 6, and no, they're not 2. There's no 2 there. That is a high digit, which is 6, 7, and these are 1, 6, and 7, but there's a 6 and a 7. So that's the 1. There's no 1 here. This is high. This is low. And I think I'm done with my colouring now. So now I just need to spot the problem, such as 2 being next to 6 not being legal. So the 7 makes that the 6 and that the 7, which looks like making that the 6 and that the 7. 6 must go next to 1. So that makes this the 2 and this the 1. The 7 here makes this the 6, which makes that the 7 and that the 6. And that is the solution to the puzzle. That was a lot of fun. Snake Egg Sudoku by Oddlyeven. It wasn't oddly fun. It wasn't evenly fun. It wasn't oddly fun, and it wasn't even fun. It was just fun. That was great. I enjoyed that one. Good puzzle to come back to, and good to get some short ones into the queue, because having been away for so long, A, I'm out of practice, and B, I really need to record like mad to fill up fill up some slots. That was great. Thank you, Oddlyeven. And I really do wish to thank Full Deck Missing a Few Cards and Rockrat Zero for helping me out while I was away as well. Well, before I went away to help get some puzzles up. So that was greatly appreciated as well. Please leave some, I'm hoping people will start leaving some positive comments. There was a lot of negative comments on the channel, some of which my moderators had to kill. They were so vitriolic, I suppose is the right word, while I was away. And I'm not sure why. I don't know what's been going on to cause just that. I'm hoping that there is some positivity coming back into the world. They didn't seem to be about what I was doing. It just seemed to be just general. So it'd be nice to see some like positivity back, and hopefully that will be coming soon. I'm feeling pretty good, so hopefully everyone else will be. Thank you everyone for watching, and as always, good luck with your solving.